Hello everyone and welcome to another Pyro gaming video. You guys keep asking me what my favorite loadout is in Rise of Iron, so I figured I would make a short video and show you what I like to use. Now, right now I'm on my Hunter. If you would like to see my Titan and my Warlock as well, let me know and I will try to make those videos as well. But talking about the Hunter, I typically run Gunslinger and I keep on Deadeye, Incendiary Blade, Path Unknown, Gunslinger's Trance, precision kills increase weapon stability, stacks up to 3 times. This makes pretty much any weapon that you use a fucking laser beam if you can get headshots consistently. I use Wave the Fearless, and lastly, Chain of Woe, precision kills increase reload speed, stacks up to 3 times. Again, great perk to have. It makes pretty much any weapon that you have fucking awesome. So if I'm not using this, I will occasionally throw on Gambler's Dagger, gain an additional throwing knife. And my go-to grenade is Incendiary Grenade. Now, this is my PvE loadout. This is my my everyday PvE loadout. I don't really change this up a whole lot. Now, for Crucible, I will change it up a little bit. I'll throw in the Trip Mines. I will turn this to Combustion. I do keep Incendiary Blade, so it has the damage over time effect. This can come in handy if somebody likes to duck around the corner to go and get their health back. This allows me to keep their shields down and make a push, so that when they want to be a little pussy, I can still chase them down. I do keep my armor, recovery, and agility stats exactly the same for PvP. Over here, instead of Gunslinger's Trance, I will usually switch it over to Keyhole so that I can overpenetrate and damage multiple targets. This is good for game modes like Control and stuff like that. This stays the same. Over here, instead of Chain of Woe, I will go ahead and put on Gambler's Dagger and have that second throwing knife. Since the nerfs to throwing knife only give you like 152 damage for a throwing knife headshot, having 2 of them can definitely come in handy. Now, because we put on, I'm not going to mess with this. This is my usual go-to for PvE, by the way. This is the exotic that I use the most for PvE. But in Crucible, I will go ahead and throw on the Young Ahamkar's Spine so that I can have double Trip Mine grenades and Trip Mines last longer. And I keep all of this pretty much the same. I like to use my Grants a Detailed Radar Memory of Gillian. I use this for both PvE and PvP. This is my, without a doubt, favorite artifact. It's like having Knucklehead Radar on all 3 of my characters all the time. It's fucking amazing. So this is definitely the one that I use the most. If I'm doing a strike where I have to run a lot, or a strike where I can run past a lot of the enemies, I might flip this one on, Memory of Yolder. Remove sprint cooldown penalty. I might pop that one on just for that, but 99% of the time I'm keeping this one on. As far as class items go, I will swap back and forth between these two. The Chaos Cloak from Future War Cult, I will use that from time to time, but I typically use my Racer Scarf just because the Intellect Strength blends really well with the perks that I have on the rest of my gear. So this one's usually my go-to. Plus, it looks really cool, to be able to put on a helmet. Oh, wait. To be able to put on a helmet or something and not have it cover up his head, like most of the Hunter class items do. So it looks really neat. I enjoy it. So moving on to the Ghost Shell, I don't really change this up too much. Very rarely will I change this. If I'm going to do maybe a Challenge of Elders or something like that just for fun where there's a lot of Taken, I will pop on one of these. But for the most part, I stick with the Dread Explorer shell across all 3 of my characters because it is absolutely perfect for Rise of Iron. You have the Ether Seeds, get Glimmer from Fallen, Spin Metal Extractor, pick up Spin Metal every time you get an Engram in the Cosmodrome, and of course the Intellect Discipline roll. It's pretty much a perfect ghost shell for what we have, and it even has the perk rolls up to 35, which is the current max for a ghost shell stat. So absolutely perfect. Now, for my PvE weapons, I typically run Yallarhorn, Event Horizon, and the Palindrome. Now, for Yallarhorn, goes without saying, it's a great all-around weapon. It's good for bosses, it's good for mobs. It's pretty much idiot-proof. You can't mess it up. You point and shoot, and shit dies. Yallarhorn is amazing. Event Horizon, this is my favorite sniper rifle in the game as of right now. Probably one of my favorites since Destiny came out, besides the original Longbow Synthesis and the original LDR, not the Year 2 versions. But Event Horizon is just an all-around great sniper. This is the vendor roll that I use. It is Hidden Hand, Small Bore, and Spray and Play. You also have the options of explosive rounds and Grenadier. The only thing that I would change about this, I actually really like this roll. The only thing that I might change is short gaze. I would like to have the other short gaze. I think it's SLH15. I think that's what it is. But the one that gives you a little bit more aim assist, this weapon already has relatively high aim assist, and you add hidden hand to it, and honestly, the sight really doesn't make that much of a difference. So just any short range sight pretty much on this gun with these perks, you're going to be okay. The only thing that I would change is instead of hidden hand, I would have liked to have unflinching on it because they have broken snipers so fucking much by increasing the flinch rates to the point where they're so annoying. But yeah, that might be the only thing that I change on this, but everything else I like. Spray and play is great because it has a 3-round magazine and a pretty slow reload, so once you burn through your 3 rounds, the spray and play perk makes it so that you can reload in about the same amount of time that it takes you to fire 2 shots. So you fire a shot, you gotta wait a second, you fire a shot, you gotta wait a second, you reload, you fire another shot. It's about the same amount of time, so this thing is actually really close to Black Spindle with these spray and play perks. And when you combine it with something that has increased reload speed for sniper rifles, which actually, I didn't look at the right one there. I don't think I have that option on any of my hunter's gear. We got sidearm, hand cannon, and hand cannon. But anyway, if you have you know, a gauntlet with a increased reload speed with sniper rifle bonus, then combine that with spray and play and just never reload. Always fire 3 shots, let the magazine go empty, and it reloads lightning fast. It is fantastic. But moving on to my primary, the palindrome has taken over my primary slot in such a huge way. The only time that I will use something different than the palindrome is occasionally if it is Solar Bird, I will put on the Cocytus SR4 because it has Firefly and it's really fun. Or Small Arms is another good one to use this one on. But for pretty much everything, I use the palindrome. The palindrome has absolutely taken over my life. It is such a great weapon. If you do not have it, you need to go get it because it's amazing. So that's my PvE loadout. For PvP, I'll go ahead and get all this set up here. And get the Ahamkaras. And so now for my PvP loadout, I still stick with the palindrome. Palindrome is great for both Crucible and PvE. So for PvP, I keep this on. Lately, everybody and their fucking mother uses shotguns in the Crucible. Nobody uses snipers anymore. So I tend to run Invective as my secondary, but I will still run Event Horizon if it's not a shotgun-heavy match. If it puts me in with somebody else that's trying to snipe, then I will put on my Event Horizon. But if everybody's using shotguns, I'm putting on the Invective, and I'm going to go piss them off because Invective is great. It doesn't have a lot of range. Well, it has really good range, but its impact to rate of fire ratio is not typically what you want on a shotgun, but it fires in full auto relatively quickly. So 4 shots from this is going to do more damage than 1 shot from a Matador. So 90% of the time, I'm going to beat you with Invective if you have something like a Matador or some shit like that. Seriously, try Invective and Crucible. It's really good. But I typically run this. For my heavy, I usually use the Harrowed Quillam's Terminus because I can easily get 5, 6, sometimes even 7 kills with 1 heavy round just from this one weapon. I always get Machine Lord. I usually get like at least a 5 kill streak every time I get heavy with this. It's just all around really good. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I do on my Hunter now. The only thing that I will do differently is occasionally when I am doing PvE stuff, I will occasionally switch over to the Tarantella and switch over to Arcblade. But that's only going to be like if I'm doing a raid or if I'm doing like a really tough Nightfall, I'll switch over to BLADEDANCER so that I can have Vanish, Shadowjack, Stalker, and Escape Artist. I only use this for invisibility. It super sucks, but the Vanish perk is pretty fucking awesome. So I will pair that with this. This gives me reduced arc damage for minions of the darkness, and arc grenades and arc blade recharge faster. So this one's definitely fun to use if it's like a really tough Nightfall and I got to go invisible. I can go, res somebody, or if I'm Last Guardian standing, I can pop my super and do a melee, or maybe just crouch down, and I can make it to where I'm invisible for almost a full minute. if I time it just right. So it's definitely good, but I only use this if it's that situation or if it's Arc Burn and a Strike or Nightfall, then I will pop on Blade Dancer. But for the most part, I just run Gunslinger now. Honestly, I don't touch Night Stalker all that often unless I'm doing a raid and nobody else is a Night Stalker and, we want to do the tether for orbs, but Gunslinger's pretty much my go-to, man. I really, really like it. I really, really like it. So anyway, guys, that is going to bring this video to an end. Drop a comment in the box below. Let me know if you use a similar loadout, because this pretty much stays the same for me. I don't really change it up too much anymore. But that's going to bring this video to an end, guys. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you for watching. Take care, guys.